Hi everyone and welcome. I hope that you're all doing well. My name is Jayme and I'm the Hermetic Shaman. If you are new here, I'm so glad that you have found your way to this space. And if you are returning, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. Today's reading is a general collective message intended for anyone who feels drawn to it. As always, please take what resonates with you in your personal situation and gently release what doesn't. If you are interested in booking a personal reading or a cord cutting session with me, the link to my website is in the description box below. And if this message supports you in any way, please hit that like button, be sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a reading. We are going to begin with the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud for a hot minute. If you are sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe and Divine Counsel. What is the vibe? What is the tea? What is going on in collective energy? This is interesting. We have an individual here who decided to set out on their own, or somebody here who separated themselves from some kind of group or some kind of group dynamic that wasn't really working for them. Somebody here decided to set out on their own with this Hermit energy and this Three of Pentacles at sideways. Heavy Virgo energy here. Yeah, somebody here has decided that enough is enough, and it's better and it's easier for me to go at something alone, because whatever this group dynamic is, I feel like it's been causing somebody to step outside of themselves. Especially with that Three of Pentacles sideways. You know, this could have been some kind of dynamic here that was... With that Hermit, the Hermit's all about finding oneself. Finding one's true self. So whatever this dynamic was, maybe it was very materialistic or image-based or very superficial in some kind of way. And we do have this Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is sideways as well. This has to do with stepping into some kind of new experience. Maybe somebody already did that. They already ventured down some kind of new path. They've left something behind. And they're going down something new. They may not know exactly where they're going, but they're headed towards something here that's going to usher in some kind of stability. Something here that someone can hold on to. This is like an investment here of some sort. Whatever this decision is to venture out alone, away from this group dynamic to find oneself, maybe to find one's own voice. Something here about not being heard, not being seen in this group dynamic. Something here has definitely been very, very overwhelming. It's been very challenging here with this Ten of Wands, but now that road is now coming to an end. And then we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords talks about mental confinement, being trapped, being limited. That could be like heavy projections. Maybe there was something having to do with this group dynamic here that was making somebody feel trapped. See, that's being hidden. That's what's on the inside of the dice. So maybe somebody here never, or this group never wanted something to come out, or maybe somebody here was intentionally causing you obstacles to create this kind of pressure here in order to like keep you boxed in, because this has something to do with you finding your light and shining it. Something here about you being you. We have the Four of Swords reversed right here. The Four of Swords reverse talks about coming out of some kind of recovery. You could have gone through a dark night of the soul And, like, now you're finally stepping out of it, and because you decided to go through something, like, you allowed yourself to go through it, to go down that tunnel here, and to make it out the other end. We have double fours here, 44. Wow, and then we have judgment. We have judgment. By you deciding to walk away, to step away, by you deciding to finally face and confront something within yourself, maybe it was this Eight of Swords. It's given this energy here, this group dynamic was maybe even trying to, like, use you against you. Trying to poke at your weaknesses here in order to essentially bind you, to keep you trapped, to keep you stuck. Maybe serving this group dynamic here, you were innocent. It was not serving your highest good. And maybe these individuals were intentionally doing this because I honestly feel like they needed or wanted something from you. Maybe in order to keep something going, to keep the dynamic alive. But in order for this dynamic to be alive, you needed to be stifled. You needed to be controlled, contained. But now I feel like this whole group is being put under judgment here. And this has something to do with you rebuilding your stability. You finally having something that you can hold on to and say that it's mine, with that Four of Pentacles. Whatever you were doing, it's like you were trying to ensure and secure your own future. This has something here to do with your evolution. Your evolution was a problem to people. Maybe part of this dynamic was only able to thrive and flourish because you were in a state of recovery. You were recovering from something, like I said, going through that dark night of the soul. Maybe people never thought that you would make it out of the other end. Something here about you being the glue that was keeping that dynamic afloat. But this dynamic was very twisted with that Three of Pentacles sideways. It's not upright. There's definitely been some kind of manipulation. There could even be something here about power dynamics. Like somebody wanted to have power or some kind of say. Universe, please tell us more. Actually, I forgot to move that closer. Universe, please tell us more. There's a lot of fire and earth energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Aries, Sag. But it's like they couldn't stop something here because this new experience, this Three of Wands, these new horizons, this newness, you know, this Three of Wands is sideways. It's already happened. It's already happened. You already stepped into this new life. You've already secured your future. Maybe that's why this judgment's here, is because now that you've secured your future, people are afraid of what's going to be exposed, which is what they were trying to keep hidden. Maybe somebody was even intentionally trying to keep you hidden. Never wanted you to step out, never wanted you to be seen. Universe. Another way that I'm seeing this too is somebody here is being held accountable. And maybe they could be put into some kind of mental confinement or physical confinement here for trying to be very restrictive and controlling. We have the opposition. Look at this. The opposition's getting beat up right now at this time. This opposition does not want to be seen, that's for sure. I also feel like something here has literally slipped out of somebody's hands. Maybe when they least expect it. Like, look at this. This person's still, like, angry. This opposition could be somebody here in your family, or somebody here that you considered close to, like family. And we have a priestess. Some of you guys could be a high priestess. You could be very highly intuitive. You could be, like, extremely smart. Because the high priestess is someone here, you know, she spends a lot of time alone. She's very knowledgeable. She knows a lot of things about many different things. This energy could be male or female. She's very well read, the high priestess. This could be somebody here in your family who maybe didn't like the fact that you were becoming this high priestess, that you were coming into your own power, and that you had the knowledge and the wisdom in order to secure your future. But why would somebody want to get in the middle of you and where you're going? Because it could have messed up somebody's plans. Universe. We have bondage. This opposition was trying to keep you trapped and stuck in bondage. Maybe because of your gifts, of your talents. It's something here to do with you shining that somebody did not like. We have gift, voodoo, and change. Some kind of change is being ushered in. Somebody could have even been doing like voodoo or sending you negative projections, using the dark arts, just having enough hate and spite in one's own heart. Look at this. This opposition's like side-eyeing you. Somebody wants you to keep your mouth shut. They don't want you to speak. Maybe they never wanted you to be able to speak. To speak up. Universe, tell us more. We have a boss. You guys could be stepping into this boss-like energy, or this could be somebody here who felt like they were the boss of you. This opposition wanted to be the boss of you. They wanted you to be in control. They wanted you to, like, submit to their will. Submit to how things are. Remember this group dynamic. So you were the one evolving and changing. Maybe people felt like there was this issue here where they couldn't, I don't know, maybe they were being triggered because you were evolving, you were changing, you were healing, and they felt triggered in some kind of way. So they felt like they needed to put you in line, they needed to put some kind of control over you. We have this hello energy and death magic. So if they couldn't get you to submit, they were trying to get you to be gone. And take that however it resonates. Wanting you out of a situation, wanting you ostracized, or wanting you, like, gone. Now they want to say hello? Or this is somebody here that has been popping in to see that if what they've done has worked, but it hasn't. So this person was... It's almost feeling like somebody here took great pleasure in this. By wanting to watch something go down. By wanting you to be gone. It's like they wanted to be in control of you. They wanted to call the shots. We have courthouse. In faith. Your faith has set you free. Your faith is what got you through. Your faith, your hope, your love, your belief in, in the divine. Something about the courthouse. Maybe this opposition's gonna definitely have to answer for what it is that they have done, whether this is physical court or spiritual court. Somebody here is being found guilty. Surprise. People are surprised. Whatever the surprise is, maybe what's going to be released. Is this... Why do I feel like this is something here that's not very well known with this courthouse? This 23 equals a 5, and so does this 14 of surprise. Both of these equal 5s. There's going to be some kind of dramatic change here. Some kind of dramatic change that's going to usher in some kind of balance, and it's going to restore some kind of peace. Now that you've made it through the other end, you have healed. That's why something here is finally coming to a close. Because now you can handle whatever information's about to be released, whatever somebody here tried to keep hidden. Maybe at what great lengths they went to try and keep you stuck and trapped in some kind of bondage. Either way, the courthouse has all the information. Again, spiritual or physical. They have all of the evidence. They have all of the information here. Universe. We have a child. Maybe what's being found out is maybe how this has been being done to you since childhood. For some of you, like, your family could have been trying to, like, program you since, like, childhood. Or this has something to do with robbing you of your innocence. You know, innocence is the cornerstone of the inner child. They're trying to rob you of your joy, of your delight, of your faith. Why? Because you're an earth angel? It's something here to do with divination. Maybe some of y'all could practice divination. Maybe somebody didn't like the fact that you were practicing divination. Or maybe somebody here never wanted you to be able... Again, with that high priestess, having that knowledge, having that wisdom, being very well read, that could help you with your divination. That would help you connect dots. Somebody never wanted you to be able to speak up. They never wanted you to be able to discover the truth of what was being done to you. But so that's why they wanted... Okay. Something here, so they were trying to control you because they never wanted you to come across the information. By robbing you of your faith, then the universe wouldn't be able to speak to you, or whoever it is that you worship as a deity. So they were trying to keep you in bondage, but they never wanted you to find out what was taking place and maybe who was even involved. Maybe you're finding out. See, whoever this boss-like energy is, they were given this power from the rest of the group, from the rest of the dynamic. They were enabled. So others were complicit. Even if they act like, oh, we didn't do anything, but you also didn't say anything. You were complicit. You knew, and you didn't speak up. You knew, and you didn't try to stop. Why? Because a piece of them believed it. They fell for the temptation themselves. So they're not out of the water either. So when the bondage didn't work, and when they thought that you were going to get very, very close to the information with this divination energy, when they thought you were going to get this knowledge or that you were going to connect the dots, that's when they tried to get rid of you. Try to ostracize you. Try to get you banished. Trying to get you exiled, so to speak. And that didn't work also. way too many. Universe, please give us one more. We have a divine masculine in false documents. Doesn't seem very divine to me. This could be somebody here who was once divine, who has probably fallen themselves. They've fallen from grace. This could be somebody here who acts and presents themselves to be a divine masculine. This could be who your opposition is. Somebody here who was trying to act like they were on your team, but meanwhile, they were creating false info, false statements. Could have gone as far as to create false documents in order to try and keep you trapped. Somebody here could have been trying to put somebody under like some kind of conservatorship. That's not for everyone, that's for someone. Something here about entering into false agreements as well. This is not for everyone, what I'm about to say. But, like, low-key, like, maybe someone's family tried to, like, sell them off since they were children to, like, some kind of organization or something. That's not for everyone. And we have this divination here at the bottom again. And third-party sitch. Somebody could have even been creating like false some divine masculine could have done some kind of false statements under oath. Maybe even trying to claim that some of you could have, like, they could have gone as far as to even try to claim that you were like harming children. Another way that I'm taking this is somebody here could have been acting extremely immature. And maybe the court is seeing how this boss is actually somebody here who's really immature. Whatever somebody did, like whatever this is, it was very, what's the proper word that I'm looking for? It was very basic. And when I'm saying that because I'm seeing the 101 on this false, and it's reminding me of like introductory courses. You know, like Psych 101, Sociology 101. You know, like, it's very basic, it's very surface. Somebody was very extremely naive in thinking that something here would stick. See, they thought that they were able to get away with something, but it was very novice. A rookie. It's like a rookie mistake. Universe, please tell us more. We have the Knight of Wands and the Star card. Prayers are being delivered. It's like the prayers are being delivered very expedited at this time. You know, it's like FedEx next day. And this is all because somebody here never heeded some kind of warning from the divine. Somebody here could have acted really impulsively as well. Another way that I'm taking this, too, for some of you, is maybe this divine masculine could have even teamed up with the opposition. Or somebody in your family teamed up with this opposition. This divine masculine could be somebody in your family. This doesn't have to be your divine masculine. It could just be a divine masculine. Yeah, some kind of weight is over now with this Two of Wands reversed. Something here, it's full steam ahead. We have the Page of Swords. There's definitely going to be some kind of news, evidence, receipts, facts, and information that is going to come forward. We do have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is all about self-love, self-respect, having a pure intent. And the Nine of Pentacles. Something here to do with your independence, you being able to stand on your own. Maybe that's what this Page of Swords is. Maybe that's what's been reported back, is how you're able to take care of yourself, and you have all of the right reasonings. Somebody could have also been even trying to get maybe this opposition against you because of your divination, because of your gifts, of your ability to read between the lines. The Page of Swords is also somebody that is very inquisitive. This is somebody here who's going to get to the bottom of things. They want to know more. We have the Four of Wands and this King of Pentacles reversed. I don't like that King of Pentacles reversed. That's somebody who's very greedy. This is somebody here who does not follow through. Somebody who's very surface. Very surface level, very materialistic, always trying to prove a point. This could be somebody who's also very corrupted. They get their money, you know, not properly. Something here to do with your independence and you receiving some kind of support. It has something to do with you receiving some kind of support. You being supported for some kind of, for something here that you're doing. Maybe somebody who never wanted people to actually see where your heart was at, what your actual intent was. Or is. Universe, tell us more. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. So some kind of news and information is coming out about some kind of a lie. Something here that was false. This Ace of Swords in the reverse is right on top of this false. Somebody was trying to build something off of a lie. Because aces are the seeds. Somebody was trying to build something off of a lie. Maybe off of a false document. We have the Five of Swords. This is somebody here that wanted you to give up, to drop what you were doing. To surrender. They were willing to do whatever it took to win. Whatever it took, even if it meant lying. Four of Swords reversed and the Four of Cups reversed. Again, this 44 number. 44 is very, very prevalent for this reading. Either way, you're coming out of this recovery, like I said earlier, with that Four of Swords. Twice. Four of Swords twice in the reverse. You're coming out of some kind of recovery. And that's because you picked yourself. You took the Ace of Cups. We saw you. We saw it earlier. You took the Ace of Cups. You didn't ignore it. Somebody wanted you to ignore yourself, or to choose others, or to choose them, or to give in at a cost to yourself, to go against yourself. Whatever this is that you decided to not go along with, or maybe somebody perceived that because you were in this healing, that you were recovering, it's like when you picked yourself in some kind of way, this person took it personal because you decided to heal and evolve. So that's why they could have lied. They entered something false into the record. And what I mean by that is either in the courthouse or they just entered it into public record. Falsely. Whatever they entered, document, information, statements, whatever it was. Maybe to create some kind of opposition to go against you. Universe, tell us more. We have the Hanged Man. Excuse me. And the Seven of Wands. This is standing firm against the opposition. Somebody thought that you would just give in and surrender. Oh, well, if everybody in the group, in the environment, in the dynamic apply pressure on them, surely they're going to cave in. No, I feel like it only lit the fire underneath your ass. You've been dealing with an individual who's very trapped, very stubborn with this Hanged Man energy. This is somebody who is trapped due to their own limitations, due to their own limiting beliefs, due to their own perception. We have the Five of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. This was more than just a competition. This was very unhealthy. Somebody felt threatened by your existence. They also felt threatened by your position in this group, in this dynamic. Heavy Pisces energy here. I do have Libra as well. Universe, tell us more. Oh, hell no. It's sideways. We have the Eight of Cups sideways. Somebody never wanted you to fully walk away, or they could have lied about the reason why you walked away. Maybe somebody here misrepresented what you were going through. Remember, you were in the tunnel. You were wandering through the darkness. So they could have probably just said anything and anything here that they needed to. King of Wands reversed. This is somebody who's very hateful, very spiteful. This is somebody here who likes revenge. This is somebody here that likes to eliminate the competition instead of deciding to stand out on their own. You know, instead of practicing and sharpening their own skills, no, they're going to try and sabotage the competition because that's the only way they're going to win. You know, for an example, I'm going to use this as an example. You could be a performer, right? But what they're going to do is they're going to try and sabotage your venue so that way people have no other option but to go to their venue. And that's how they feel like they win instead of having their venue or having their show stand out and speak for itself. And I'm just using that as an example to explain this energy. And there's the Ace of Cups. This King of Wands in the reverse is mad that you have self-respect. That you respect yourself too much to give in, to feed and stroke somebody's ego. Male or female. They could have lied about the reason why you departed, why you left. You were obviously very emotionally dissatisfied. Universe, please give us one more. The Lovers reversed. That's a broken contract. That's a karmic contract. Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands, Ten of Wands reversed, and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, see, somebody here refused to give up. They didn't want to give up. Now they're being forced to. Somebody here is receiving some kind of an ego death. Because they couldn't just let bygones be bygones. They had to lie. And then they had to... Maybe that's what somebody was doing with this Ten of Wands. They were throwing all of these obstacles, burdens, and obstacles your way in order to try and justify the lie that they said. They needed something to be true. This could be this whole trying to set you up for something. Something here is happening really fast. It's this ego death here. This Ten of Swords, this judgment that somebody here is being put under. Somebody is getting smacked in the face by reality. That's really what this is. Being smacked in the face by reality. With judgment. With judgment. with judgment. This trumpet is being sounded. The trumpet is being sounded. Heavy Gemini energy here, or somebody here could have just been extremely two-faced. Yeah. The end. The end to whatever tyranny this person here was creating. They were trying to avoid some kind of a loss. That's what this is. They were trying to avoid a loss for themselves. So they needed something to be true. And then when they couldn't make that happen, they were trying to get rid of it. So it's like one bad decision after another. It's really what this is. That's what that Ten of Swords is. That's what's being seen. Especially with that King of Pentacles and King of Wands in the reverse. Somebody cares so much about being right and about being seen and what they have and who they appear to be. This boss-like energy, but in all actuality, somebody here really is just immature. Somebody's own immaturity. Somebody here could be, being ordered to go to, like, a psychiatric facility for an evaluation. It looked good on paper. Something looked really good on paper. Until this Page of Swords decided to take a deeper look. He wanted to know more. He wanted to know why. He wanted to get to the bottom of things. Something here about needing to authenticate something. It needed to be authenticated. But something here did not pass the authentication process. Okay, y'all. Universe. What was this person's intentions behind this false document? Oh, I looked up angel number 44 when I got back from my bathroom break. Angel number 44 is a powerful message of stability, divine protection, and encouragement from the universe. It signifies that you are fully supported by the angels on your current path, urging you to trust your inner wisdom and continue working towards your goals. Seeing 44 is a sign of safe, secure, and aligned progress. Like I said, something is already in motion. It can't be stopped. And that's because you've already made it out of that tunnel. You are safe and you are protected and you have secured your future. Universe. What was this person's intentions for this false document, please? We have perspective. It's in the reverse. I value your opinion and would appreciate your unique approach to the situation. So somebody here was seeing you very distorted, and it's probably due to their own limiting beliefs here. Somebody here could have believed something about you that was never even true. To begin with, they ran wild with something. We have negative here at the bottom of the deck. I'm hiding my true intentions, and I don't really care about your well-being. This is somebody here who doesn't care about your well-being. Universe. Tell us more, please, about this false document. Amusement. I find your stories comical and your life a source of entertainment. They thought that this would be funny? Funny? And then we have closure here at the bottom. It's time to resolve unfinished business and move forward in our lives. Somebody was hoping to get some kind of closure here. They were trying to use your life as amusement. Whatever was on this false document, somebody laughed about it, and people joined in. They joined in while you were wandering in the dark. And they were creating all of these allegations. And they were laughing behind the scenes, thinking it was so funny. Thinking it was so funny. They all joined in. And with the Seven of Wands, I feel like you were trying to refute something, but your calls went unheard. They may have gone unheard on this realm, but in the spiritual realm, your cries were heard. We started this off with that Star card and that Knight of Wands. Prayers are being expedited at this time here because you remained true and loyal to the path. And now that you've made it out of the darkness, your progress, your aligned progress is safe and secure. You are in alignment. The universe is encouraging you to keep going. You're on the universe's side. If I'm making any sense, you're in the right here. Honestly, feels like whatever is being exposed, it is going to be like an act of God. This has something to do with your spiritual gifts and who you are as a priestess. Maybe you're somebody here who's very well versed in divination, or you have that gift. However which way you practice it. Hell, maybe it's just you exercising critical thinking, which nowadays I feel like is going over everybody's head. Universe, please tell us more. Fulfilling a fantasy. Somebody here was just trying to fulfill some kind of a fantasy until they got caught. Somebody here could have had some kind of psychotic break. I mean, it takes a special kind of someone to laugh at somebody's pain. That's really what this feels like. Somebody was laughing at your pain while you were healing, recovering, and rediscovering yourself. For some of you, I'm even feeling too, like this energy, like this could be like multiple different layers of you breaking free from multiple different layers of bondage. Maybe between many different environments, especially when it comes to refinding yourself with that Hermit card. Either way, somebody here is being caught. They are being caught. Trying to fulfill some kind of a fantasy. Somebody was in some kind of delusion. Uncovering evidence, getting exposed, cheating revealed. Somebody here is now being kicked to the curb. Somebody here is going to be kicked to the curb. See, they wanted you exiled. They wanted you banished. They wanted you gone because they couldn't control you. They wanted to control you, but yet they also found you, they also wanted to laugh at your pain. People with limited, like, it takes a special kind of person. Universe, tell us more. A bugaboo. This is somebody here that you probably would not allow to use you. And this person has maybe been trying to pose as you, this copycat, this poser. Maybe somebody here was trying to claim that you were copying them, or that you stole something here from them with these false documents. This person wanted to be seen. So how are they going to want to be seen as you, but then try to kill the original? If you kill the original, then the copy has no more inspiration. So that doesn't make sense for your end game there, buddy. Male or female. But this is somebody here who's a user. They use people for what they have. This person who was fulfilling a fantasy? It's giving God complex is what this is. Now they're trying to burn evidence? Now they're trying to burn some kind of evidence? It's already been discovered. And again, you're making matters worse for yourself. That's what they did. Maybe this person could have been trying to get rid of damaging evidence. Maybe they got rid of... It's like they scrubbed themselves clean. Or they thought that they did. They thought they scrubbed themselves clean by burning the evidence. You could have been the evidence here about some kind of truth here. You doing good. You progressing in life. You evolving. You healing. You getting out of the darkness. You were evidence of what they said was false. And they wanted to scrub something clean because maybe they didn't want to be seen or known as a bugaboo who was just trying to fulfill a fantasy. This person here was trying to keep you trapped in some kind of situation because you wouldn't fulfill a fantasy with them. Whatever this is, you were not in compliance with whatever energy this person was sending your way. You decided to focus on yourself and to heal and move on. Maybe they didn't want something to be seen as a bugaboo. Maybe how they made a mistake with you because they went off to go try and fulfill a fantasy. And then when you wouldn't give in to whatever control tactic they were trying to use, because obviously somebody here needed something from you. This is somebody here who's doing this stuff. They're abusing substances in some kind of way, and they're expecting a new beginning. Yeah, it is going to be a new beginning. That's for sure, but it may not go to this person's expectations. I mean, this is already delusional here. Somebody here is doing substances. That's already skewing with their perception. It's fueling some kind of hatred that they're feeling, and it caused them to misinterpret themselves because, let's just be honest, when people are on these substances, they're not themselves. You know, these things feed our inner demons. Universe, tell me more. Falling apart into pieces. Shit is now falling apart. They're falling apart, and they're trying to put on a show like everything's fine. Everything's okay. I don't think that it is. Maybe they're trying to act that way here because maybe now they don't want to be laughed at. But they were so quick to laugh at you. But it's not so funny when the shoe's on the other foot. Right? Is that the saying? It's not so funny when it's happening to them. And I don't think that you're laughing, collective. I don't even think you know what's happening to this individual. I think that you are so far removed from it, but it's their own guilty conscience that is making them think that you're laughing at them because of what they did to you, because that's what they would do to you. Let us see. Let us see. Universe, please tell us more for the collective. Something here to do with soul contracts. Maybe somebody here was trying to pose as if they had a soul contract with you. But yeah, I mean, technically they were right. They had a karmic one, though. And those have an expiration date. Even soulmates and soul contracts, those have expiration dates, too. Not every soulmate's meant to be in our life forever. Some are meant to be in our life for a season. You know, there's one constant on this realm. Actually, there's a couple. But death is a constant on this realm. Death and transformation. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing ever stays the same. We have trust the signs. Continue to trust in the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities that you are receiving at this time. Pay attention to guidance. The universe is speaking clearly to you in a language that you understand. See, the divine speaks to us in our own language. So continue to trust in your intuition. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're a high priestess. You've already mastered that. We have cuffing season, temporary relationships. Trust the signals. This could have been somebody here that you probably left on red because they were just trying to get you trapped in some kind of situationship. They were just trying to come in and use you. Family, friend, lover, business. Universe. Mirror, mirror. Facing yourself and others. Self-awareness. Something here to do with your self-awareness. You were, again, willing to take a good hard look at yourself. To heal. And that's why you're receiving some kind of payday? That's why you're being financially rewarded? Because you took a good hard look at yourself and you trusted in the signals to lead you toward this payday? We have swipe right, online dating, rebound. Somebody, okay. So they did all this shit to you, but now somebody wants to come back. Maybe somebody that you may have entertained once online or that you've met online. There's a lot of people in this energy. Like I said, there's a lot of different layers to this. This could have been somebody in your group dynamic who could have even lied to a divine masculine with some kind of false documents to keep this divine masculine away from you. And maybe this divine masculine is the one that's receiving all of this evidence because maybe he's done his own inquiry. I don't know how the courthouse is involved in this. The courthouse isn't something here to do with your hustle. Grinding hard in your ambitious drive, your determined effort. You were very determined to see something through. Maybe whoever this person, this group environment was that tried to keep this divine masculine away from you with this false document, they also, it's like somebody here tried to use something falsely against you on multiple different levels to intentionally cause you obstacles. But somebody here made a rookie mistake. Because you can write whatever you want on paper doesn't mean that it's true. Something here about seeing is believing. And it has to do with the moves that you are making now does not corroborate whatever this false document said. Because if this false document was true, you would not be able to be making the moves that you are making now. And it has something to do with your visibility now. The fact that you are being seen. Maybe the fact that you are stepping out of this isolation, or you're gaining more attention or traction in some kind of way. Universe, please tell us more. Family ties and holding back. This is somebody here that you had trusted. I have no idea why I'm shuffling this deck so much, but I am. Path unknown. Trust the signals. The path ahead in the relationship is uncertain yet hopeful. Trust the signals, but path unknown. Maybe this had to do with where you were going. This could even just be a relationship with yourself. The path was unknown. You didn't know where it was being headed, but you were not afraid to confront and face yourself and trust in the universe, even though you may have had no idea how things were going to turn out. But you remained faithful. You remained hopeful. We have inner conflict. Inner conflict makes decision-making difficult. Somebody here was purposely trying to make your decision-making difficult by trying to create and stir up some kind of inner conflict until you decided to get to the root of the trigger. Because once the trigger is healed, it can't be pulled anymore. It has something to do with keeping you in that Eight of Swords energy. It's very interesting. I put the dice back in the bowl. And Judgment is right up top. Sitting on top of all of them is Judgment. A whole group and community here is being judged. For what they did to you. For their compliance, for them being complicit. The ringleader is being, you know, it is, like I said, it's on multiple different levels. The people who enabled. Universe, give me one more. Attachment issues? Issues of attachment, either excessive or fearful, may arise. Group dynamics is at the bottom. Group dynamics are shifting. I knew this was a whole group dynamic. We have a safe space. You've created a safe space here for yourself. And this person with attachment issues, maybe somebody here is being seen as greedy. Maybe this is somebody here that really cares about status. Maybe somebody didn't want to be associated with a high priestess because, I don't know, that wasn't good for their status. They cared about what would people think. Somebody is definitely getting their ego checked. Interactions are forcing you to confront your own ego. And you're just still sitting here in your safe space like, I'm fine. I'm just chilling. Something here to do with your comfort has somebody here unnerved at this time. Maybe because you're just sitting pretty. You're just sitting pretty. Universe, please tell us more. You're sitting pretty and receiving this payday, and now somebody here is kicking themselves in the ass. Hey, maybe this is somebody who didn't believe in you, or you didn't have what they wanted at the time, or I don't know. Like I said, something here has been very delusional. Somebody's not of sound mind. Universe. Tell us more. Heartbreak? You had to navigate yourself out of heartache, and it was a path that was unknown? Yeah, you were wandering in the dark. Sometimes the worst breakups are the ones that never got full closure. What hurts most isn't the ending, it's the fact that it never felt so right. And we have boiling point. Pressure has been building for too long. The situation's one spark away from full-blown combustion. This has something to do with the fact that you were healing and recovering from something. And this could have been some kind of heartbreak. Family, friend, lover, business. Something here about betrayal of trust and betrayal of loyalty. So it doesn't matter that they hurt you, but then they laughed at your pain while you were healing, while you were recovering, while you were rediscovering yourself again. This person wanted you restricted to them. Or somebody here could have wanted you binded to them. This could have even been somebody here who was siphoning energy off of you, like an energy vampire. I mean, it takes a special someone. Especially when you're creating all this opposition to go up against you. That's harvesting energy. Whether or not they know it, whether or not they know what they're doing or they don't. Because they needed something to be true, whatever this false thing was that everybody was using to laugh at you, to laugh at your pain while you were recovering, while you were healing. We have expecting. We saw expecting here twice. This has something to do with some kind of new life that you have been birthing. I could be speaking to somebody here who is an empress, male or female. But the empress is somebody here who knows what they are capable of. This is somebody here who's not afraid to go through the labor pains in order to birth some kind of new life. This is also somebody who is patient and knows that sometimes things take time. You don't just create that new life out of nowhere. Typically, babies are born usually, 9 months? I'm not an OBGYN, so don't come for me. But typically, sometimes some are sooner and some are later. You knew that it would be any moment now. That moment has already come with that Three of Wands that we saw in the beginning. That moment is already here. We have test results. It did come out in the reverse. The guesswork is over. An answer is coming that will clarify everything or complicate it even more. And it's in the reverse. Somebody could have been trying to falsify some kind of test results. Universe, tell me more. Thank you. Curated image fighting an ex-drama. Somebody here could have definitely worked and teamed up with you, with your ex, or your ex could have infiltrated your family, your group dynamics, your friendships, your workplaces here, because they were so focused on their image that they didn't want you to keep fighting. Wow, communication has collapsed. It's no longer about finding solutions. It's about winning at all costs. Somebody here wanted to win at all costs. Every post is polished. Every angle calculated. Don't get distracted by the highlight reel. And the past didn't stay in the past. An old flame is reigniting chaos, stirring up drama, or still has an emotional pull. And this ex does not have to be romantic. Could be an ex-friend, an ex-lover, an ex-business partner, an ex-family member. This is somebody here who has attachment issues. And they wanted you trapped in a toxic tie until you healed the version of you that no longer needed to be reliant. Something here, you're going to be living large very, very soon. This new life that you have birthed for yourself, you're definitely receiving the funds to be able to do so. The backing and the support of the universe. See, something did not go how somebody wanted it to. I feel like this test was like some kind of trial. In this courthouse, this could just be public opinion. Remember I said somebody tried to enter something into the public record? I don't think those go there. Universe, please tell us more. Okay. Universe, please tell us more. Aligned action. I release resistance to doing what is best for me, allowing aligned action to flow effortlessly. You've aligned your actions here, and you've released resistance. You're back in flow. You're back in flow with it, with the universe, with the divine, with your highest purpose. We have nourishment. I listen to my body's wisdom and give it the nourishment it truly needs. Your aligned action right now is to take care of yourself, to make sure that you are nourished, to make sure that you are 100%. Energetic purging. Because you've been doing this energetic purging. I release all stagnant energy, clearing my field of anything that no longer serves my highest good. You're nourishing your own soul here, and you're taking aligned action. Something here about you have went or are in the process here of going through some kind of a portal. Something here about shifting into a different timeline. You could have shifted yourself into a higher timeline because you've purged. You've purged energetically stagnant energy that was no longer serving you, and you have nourished yourself. Or for some of you, you're in the process of doing this. Take it how it resonates. We have Guardian of Light. I invoke the highest light to guard my path, ensuring that only love and truth enter my space. You have a Guardian of Light around you. Excuse me. Universe. We have confident. Every cell in my body vibrates with confidence and radiant self-acceptance. Yeah, you've accepted yourself 110%, fully and completely, and you're nourishing the parts of you that need to be nourished. Because you've accepted all pieces, and you're headed towards abundance. You're getting that payday. You've birthed that new life. You've laid the groundwork. It's like having a child. Like, you created the child. But now all you have to do is to nourish it, to love it, to take care of it. It's already there. To help it grow to be its best thing. Because you've made yourself the best version. And this could be you birthing some kind of new life for yourself. Whether it's you starting a business, you going back to school, you wanting to be back, to be fit and healthy, or, take it how it resonates. But that's the vibe of whatever this is that you have been birthing. Like, it's already created. It's already in existence, is what the universe is saying. The toil, the pain, the labor, that's all behind you. That's why something here is now getting ready to be exposed, because the universe knows that you are now ready and able to handle that information because of the frequency that you're at now. Because the universe knows this is not going to cause you to go backwards, because you have healed. You faced yourself in the mirror. Your dark side doesn't scare you anymore. You're no longer so quick to act out of panic. Alrighty, all sorry about that. Universe, please tell us more. That enemy. Somebody could have been trying to act and pose as your enemy, or this could even have been like a past life enemy, or something here about... Maybe you could have broken free from some kind... Maybe all of the above. I was going to say a generational curse, but it could just be all of the above. Universe, tell us more. Enemy. Be careful who you share your energy with, for you live in a world with both darkness and light. See, you took aligned action to separate yourself from darkness. And sometimes that means leaving behind certain groups or not accepting certain types of behaviors. Maybe somebody here was trying to claim that you were the reason why the group dynamics were off, or that the group dynamics have shifted. That's because I feel like you were not willing... You were not willing to accept this enemy anymore. Once it was revealed to you what this... And I'm not trying to say this person was like an enemy, like, so to speak. Like, it's just... Again, this is somebody here who's already, we saw that they were doing drugs. They were not of sound mind. You are the company that you keep, is what I'm trying to say. And you knew who was the wolf in sheep's clothing. And this person yet decided to no longer... And it's something here about wanting to have control over you in some kind of way. So then they try to claim that you were the problem, you were the issue, causing all the problems in the group dynamic. Then they needed something here to be true. So they entered something falsely into the public record, and then they followed it up with bad actions and some kind of pressure campaign in order to make it true. But you were too busy taking aligned action. You were walking step to step with the universe. What's that saying, footprints in the sand? Misalignment. It came out sideways. You may be moving in a direction that no longer reflects your highest truth. It's sideways. It's telling me it's not true. You are in alignment. Somebody here was trying to cause some kind of misalignment. They were trying to have you veer off path. They never wanted you to nourish your soul. They also never wanted you to receive some kind of confidence, or to be confident in yourself. Or even to be grateful. Something about your gratitude. Every moment of gratitude raises your vibration and strengthens your connection to the divine. Remember that there is always something to be grateful for, and focus on this always. Maybe it has something here to do with your confidence in the divine. Well, honestly, it's given. When they chose to go up against you, they chose to go up against God himself. Or herself. We don't really know God's gender. I mean, he did create both of them, so I'm assuming he had to understand them both. Just saying. And we have healing. This all had to do with you walking down the path, choosing yourself to heal. To evolve. To become the best version of yourself. For you to rise to power. Universe. Ascension and alchemy. Maybe this has something to do with your ability to transmute energy, to transmute pain into purpose, to allow you to ascend. Somebody never wanted you to maybe be confident in your ability to alchemize. You know, I'm thinking of the Temperance card, and Temperance comes in after death. This is your ability to be able to move on, to heal, to recover, no matter what life throws at you. Your consciousness is expanding, allowing you to see beyond veils of illusion. As you rise to higher levels of awareness, remember that ascension is not about escaping the world, but transforming within it. Somebody could have been trying to claim that you were trying to escape the world while you were busy transforming within it, while you were ascending. And maybe for a while you could have looked like you were batshit crazy because of your confidence in the divine and the fact that you were grateful for all the little... See, you were dealing with people who are not. They're not able to suffer the losses and the hits that you went through. But you knew they were all for a reason. That's why you surrendered to the universe. You didn't fight the universe with what was going on in your life. You couldn't anymore. You couldn't hide from the truth that was being present in front of you with that mirror. So you know what you needed to do. And then we have alchemy. The lower vibrations that you feel are not a failure, but an invitation to understand what's asking to be felt, healed, and released. You have the power to transmute destiny to light. That's exactly what you have done, or you are currently doing. And this all has to do with fear. Somebody was trying to use fear against you. Fear distorts your actions, making you act from feelings of powerlessness and limitation. Recognize when you are acting from fear and consciously choose love instead. And these are people limited themselves, maybe due to their own fear, which distorts their actions and their decision making. Because they actually truly feel powerless. That's why somebody here would want to control another person, because they feel powerless within themselves. And here you are with all of this power, with all of this confidence. It's interesting how both of these cards have flames. And both of these cards have what appears to be like the heavens. See, you ascended. Notice that, like, pyramid behind her? That's, like, off in the distance. And then you use your alchemy, and it's like you got even closer to God. You got closer to the universe. You're so close, like you can touch it. And somebody was trying to use fear. The card behind that was waiting. Something here to do with your patience. You knew that it was going to take time, like I said. Right? You don't just create something and then birth it the next day. It doesn't work that way. Universe. Why is that one reversed? We have Hathor, pleasure. Something here to do with maybe pleasure. Maybe somebody here never wanted you to be able to experience pleasure. And it doesn't have to be like sexual or anything like that, but somebody just never wanted you to be able to just like enjoy. Have a good time. Universe. Which goddess could the collective resonate with for this reading, please, universe? What goddess could the collective resonate with for this reading? Universe, you're killing me today. Sorry, I have to cover her. She's a little too free for my liking. We have Hathor, or for YouTube's liking. Let me just be real. I mean, do what you want. I don't care. We have Hathor. Pleasure. I hope I said that right. Oh, I can't hold it up, and because she's a little... We're going to use that one just to cover it. When you come to me, I take your spirit from the stars and clothe it in a body of sensation, the finely focus you on form, to benignly bask you in bliss. You are here to experience delight, enjoy gratification, know satisfaction, have pleasure in all ways, in all modes, in all aspects. Pleasure makes you juicy, twinkles your eyes, enlivens your life force. The exquisiteness of existence is pleasure. Oh, the exquisiteness. Excuse me. Is pleasure. Get ready to feel so good. Hathor, though depicted in many forms, was mainly associated with the winged cow of creation. As birth and death goddess, she was credited with creating the body for the immortal spirit to reside in. As creator of the body, she also governed all bodily pleasures: sound, music, song, dance, art, love, and touch. It was said that she attended the birth of every child and revealed the pattern of its destiny. She was worshipped in Egypt for more than 3,000 years. Hathor is here to tell you the way to wholeness for you lies in connecting with what brings you pleasure and in experiencing pleasure. Have you been taught that pleasure is forbidden? Something sinful or evil? Are you so busy fulfilling your commitments that pleasure is relegated to the bottom of your list? Do you deny pleasure in order to get work done? Stop. Time to change all that. Pleasure relieves stress and relaxes and refreshes you. Pleasure is the body's way of expressing health and vitality. Pleasure is the oil that keeps you lubricated and lush. Hathor says that since you have chosen to be here in a physical body, you might as well enjoy it. Don't wait for others to fulfill this need. Plan to give yourself pleasure daily, and you'll find satisfaction dancing in your life. Do the things that make you happy. Do the things that make you happy at this time. Express your pleasure. If you like to motocross, go motocross. If you like to ski, go ski. If you like to play baseball, join a local community or club. It's time for you to pleasure yourself. Because you're here to experience life. It's not all work and no play. Universe. Which crystal could the collective resonating with this reading benefit from? We have white labradorite. The link to Otter Spirit is down below if you guys are interested in crystal jewelry. I actually have a surprise coming up in regards to Otter Spirit, so stay tuned. White labradorite. Dear soul, an ancient magic resides in me. I am the spirit of the white labradorite, and I can be extremely charming and sweet. My white witch personality allows me to remove the veils of illusions that you often create for yourself in daily life. My color is white with rainbow highlights. I can work with you on various layers because I cover a wide energy spectrum. The energy knows exactly where it needs to go, regardless of what we do. I come to you together with a majestic white deer, an animal that evokes fairy tales and stories of yesteryear, representing purity, strength, and wisdom. If you should encounter them in one of your visions, bow down before them because they carry great teachings. The white candle is pure magic, rich in memories. We are here to tell you that you need magic in your life. Your potential allows for it. But you are lost in the meanderings of your personality. Your vision is limited, your eyes fixated solely on the reality of only what you can touch, but there is much more to this world. Why is it beneficial to discard the illusions in self-created stories? Deceivers are ever present, and while you're navigating life without full engagement, you become more susceptible to manipulation. This is not your potential. I realize that it is easier to conform to everyone else's thinking, but please understand how much of a waste this behavior is for the good of humanity. I love how these oracles are tying everything together. In my world, beauty is authentic, simple, and in balance. In your world, on the other hand, beauty is constrained by canon and rules, constructed only to manipulate. This is where you must not fail, because you do not need to dissipate your beauty. With us, you can find an ancient connection that helps bring back a deep sense of gratitude and trust in something greater. Your experiences will be elevated to a higher level. Immerse yourself in the beauty and poetry of this card. Listen on a deeper level, and you will discover how sensuality and feminine energy will strengthen your sensibilities. It may not be immediately understandable because I work through the reflections of a multifaceted image, breaking through everything you see. One thing is clear, however, I cannot make you see things differently unless you are the first to wish it. This is a choice you will have to make. We can work with you by day and night, where we will take you into the dream world to find advice and memories as you slumber. My great connection to the moon allows me to act as a vehicle of your transformation for you, empowering you to connect and communicate with the spirits of nature and the unseen world. You can do this through whichever technique or practice resonates most. Meditation, shamanic journeying, theta healing, visualizations, etc. Wash me with a little water and then expose me to the light of the fuller crescent moon when you wish. Look at the mirror of your life and see how many reflections you have in front of you. Remove one layer at a time. What is superfluous will rise to the surface from time to time. We hope that the magic returns and allows the white witch or sorcerer within you to emerge. This all has to do with your gifts and your ability to alchemize and transmute energy. I'm speaking to somebody here who's... you don't even know how powerful you are. Universe. Please give us a Buddha for the collective. Butsumo. I think I said that right. But if I didn't, I apologize. Butsumo. Number 7. The personification of the great truth gazing eye of Buddha. Escaping from the darkness, a new world will open before you. You have escaped from the darkness and with a new light have nurtured a beautiful flower in full bloom. If you put your heart and soul into the care, you can breathe new life into flowers. You thought were long wilted and gone. Flowers grown with that much love are strong. They do not easily wilt or fade. Your eyes, once closed, are now open, and you can see much further than you ever have before. Take in all the new sights which surround you now. That's that 3 of Wands. This new beginning is already here. Take in the new sights. Butsujin means the eye of the Buddhas, and Butsumo means the mother of the Buddhas. Butsujin Butsumo has the 5 eyes, our human eyes, the eyes to see limitless space, and time, past, present, future, eyes to see true equality, the eyes of all the seeing Basatu, and the eyes of the Buddha, which encompasses all four eyes. The eyes of the Buddha give life to all other Buddhas, hence she is known as the mother of Buddhas. Her blessing grants a soul to all Buddha statues. As an incarnation of the Danachi Nyorai, but Sujin Butsumo observes all with the eyes of the Nyorai and is a Buddha of gentle teaching and guidance. Something here about your perception, your ability to see. You can see the I could be speaking to an oracle or to like a priestess of some sort, but like I said, I don't think you realize how strong you are and how gifted you are. You were gifted with the gift of sight, but this gift of sight, it's like instead of having just one, you have all of them, if I'm making any sense. Or you have the ability to achieve all of that. Either way, your eyes are opening, your eyes are expanding. The universe could be speaking to you in many different ways now. Maybe somebody here was even trying to cut you off from divination. Maybe like, oh, I'll just cut off the, what they perceive to be your gift. But lo and behold, like, you have different ways of accessing that same information. Take that however it resonates. That's for someone. I think we can do this now. That was driving me crazy. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. We have steadfastness, number 32. Do not waver back and forth or be moved by the circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Be focused on your purpose and unwilling to be swayed by what other people think or by what you perceive. Ganesha heartens you by revealing that when you know your effort is not futile, you will be steadfast and immovable. This seems to be a major stumbling block in your life at this time. Perhaps your current job gives little recognition, with no real sense of accomplishment or success. You may feel unheard in your relationships. Possibly the error lies in the fact that in your heart, you really feel your struggle is hopeless. You may recognize it on an intellectual level, but you are easily shaken when you do not see the fruit of your exertion. Ganesha is pictured here riding the elephant to engage you in the energy of the elephant spirit. Elephants can teach you that kindness, dedication, and communication in relationships is very powerful. They remind you that it is necessary to keep relationships alive, trusting, and loving, whether the relationship is with friends, family, or partner. Deeply faithful to all creatures with which they have relationships, elephants are tough when protecting others and gentle when nurturing them. The matriarch, the oldest, most experienced female leader of the herd, leads in a way that is both gentile and inclusive. Elephants are able to communicate telepathically. When you draw this card, your ability to truly listen to others is enhanced. Maybe it's something here to do with your ability to like really truly listen to others, and then with your gift that you have, maybe it really scares people. Maybe you're able to tell people, listen, if you keep going down this path or you keep doing this, it's going to lead to this. Like you're somebody here, you can recognize patterns. You have all the eyes of the Buddha. Do whatever is necessary to safeguard your resolve. You are receiving guidance that this is the time to dig in. Remain focused and don't get caught up in trying to create a change. The energy in your job or relationship is ever changing. Ask Ganesha to bring you the strength to work through what is happening. Stay committed and on track. Do not give up, as change will show up soon and the situation will be transformed. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.